Welcome to Monroe, Louisiana, Malone Stadium, home to the ULM Warhawks, and fans have been getting ready for this one pretty much all week. Today, a showdown of a couple of foes from the Sun Belt. As we'll see, the Marshall Thundering Herd taking on the winners of 3 straight, the UL Monroe Warhawks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Warhawks will put toe to leather and we'll get started. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. So Marshall's offense will take the first swing of the game. And here's the man they'll try to feed the football to no matter what the coverage looks like, Jesse.
He's their best player on offense, and I like the way this coaching staff moves him around and tries to create good matchups to take advantage of, David.
And that makes it so hard to defend. When the receiver lines up in the same spot every time, I can bring extra coverage. Man, use this guy all over the field as a weapon of mass destruction.
I am impressed with the physicality we're seeing up front by this offensive line. Playing on the road, they knew they wanted to get the run game established, and they are doing just that. They're not just getting 3-4 yards of pop. They are gashing this defense.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
A lot of times when that ball's coming out, you can tell the offensive linemen want to get those defensive linemen's hands down. They want to hit them, engage on them. Great job by the defensive end, getting his hands up in the air and getting the deflection.
They'll test the right side. Breaks the tackle. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You see, this is what great defenses do. Great defenses swarm to the football. So when you do miss a tackle, it's not the end of the world. There's another guy right there to wrap him up. Great defenses seem like they got 12 guys on the field. Nice job swarming to the football, engulfing the running back.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. Marshall will be forced to punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. So UL Monroe's offense will get the ball for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll run it from the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Wide open downfield. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. The Warhawks have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Deep shot for the end zone. Fires and picked off. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
What a play by the safety. Really good understanding. Like, listen, if I'm going to sit back and I'm going to play cover 2 and I'm a free safety, I'm free to go get that thing. But I got to see the route. I got to see the wide receiver breaking, understanding the quarterback's throwing the football. And as soon as that hand separates from the other hand, I'm breaking on it. Does a great job breaking on it and making the catch.
Quick pass on the fly motion. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
And great recognition by the corner. That touch pass after he throws to the quarterback, it's a pass. He can't throw it forward again. Nice job understanding that, flying up, coming and making a big tackle in the open field.
Fires to the wideout. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And I tell you what, I know it's little, when these QBs miss and the ball's not right to them. But, man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch. And in this case, even catching the football, it was just a little bit off, and it just made it a little bit difficult for his wide receiver to try to make the catch.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Banks. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Marshall will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes a move. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. UL Monroe has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got it.
He's running free down the middle. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, UL Monroe.
You know, long touchdown passes don't have to come in the shape of go routes and posts. You can throw a slant. If your guy is able to make one dude miss and build up some steam, when you got speed like that, you can take it to the house, and that's exactly what he did.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Marshall takes over the ball. The Thundering Herd offense coming out. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Takes the handoff, and he's going right. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Defense is about firing off, getting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Quickly out to the tight end. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up. Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. To the ground with the back. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The play action fake. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Fires to the right. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive.
Oh, makes a diving snag along the right sideline. Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the tight end. Still running at the 40. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
As a defense, it's so hard covering this guy. Because of his frame, you're not really going to match up, but this guy's also got some wheels. The hard part is bringing him down after the catch. This guy's like a giant giraffe. You're just lions hanging on his neck trying to drag him to the ground. Not easy to do.
Grabs it in the middle. They get him down after he makes the catch.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
The give to the back. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Fires to the big fella. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring 4th down right in the face.
Time has expired here in the quarter, and Louisiana Monroe has the edge. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. This is well within field goal range, but the kicker will stay on the sideline, and the offense will try to convert on 4th down. They'll try to pick up the first. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
Running back goes in motion. Looking to move it through the air. Using the quick game. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where you can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Smashes through. They get him on the ground, but it's a 1st down.
Just wanting something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. 1st down.
Discards him with the stiff arm. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Defensively, you'll take the slow game. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run to guys, and get him on the ground, for goodness sakes. This guy is fast, I know, but defensively, you got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. Quick completion on the out route. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. On the run, fires downfield. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. Guys, a double-digit lead is good, but more would have been better. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Got his man quicker. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop. Wide receiver shows motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He's inside the 10. Got a lot of running room. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
I love this type of play because it looks like a jet sweep. The defense, they're a bit confused pre-snap. They don't know who has the ball, and all of a sudden, that guy with his speed is in the second level of the defense before the defense even knows what happened.
Power football with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
Trying to get to, and here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat. You're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But that great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. He's looking to throw. Firing to the right, complete. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Wants to throw on second down. Finds his man down the middle. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
Hey, quarterback dropping back, understanding. I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Warhawks! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And that pass picked off. Trying to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. Line gets set, first down. They'll start this drive with a pass. It's complete. And he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet. And the Warhawks are threatening on first and goal. Wide receiver now comes in motion. With jet sweep pass. Touchdown, UL Monroe. And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like, this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points?
They've been steamrolled so far in this first half, David, but maybe a little positive momentum to take to the locker room.
And I like you got the first down of the drive. So maybe...
And he intercepts it. Got room on the return. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Warhawks. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
And first down for the offense.
He's looking to throw it. Coming after him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Fires to the big fella. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Throws to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close, and when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them, and guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route.
And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Marshall!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. UL Monroe has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
That last incompletion leaves him with 2nd and 10 from the 23. He's looking to throw. Working the middle, it's complete. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get 2 bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
The sweet feet buy a little time. At the 40, there he goes. And he's finally down, sliding in safely after the huge pickup. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. And he's going to reach for a long one and have to guide it in from the left side. 51 yards out. Oh, the attempt is no good. And guys, this will stay a 24-point game. Second half just about ready to go, and Marshall will kick it off. Bringing it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll open the second half with a run. Nudges ahead for one out to the 16.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big plays.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That is just a sideline credit. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right, and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Makes the catch. It's Santiago. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. The Warhawks are moving quickly down the field. He's going to pass. Quickly to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
That's just a really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Short completion last play. Let's see if they throw it again.
42 Spider. 4-2.
He'll ride his man on the option. And he never had a chance to get the pitch off on the option as he's tackled in the backfield. Now trying to keep this drive alive on third and long from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. It's incomplete, but here comes the flag, and I think it's going to be a first down.
Defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. The give to the single back. Bulls his way forward. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And this will be the 9th play of the drive.
29 Philly. Low. Unlock. Roll it.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Santiago. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
That is going to drive this defensive coordinator. A lot of DCs, they focus a ton of energy on how their unit performs on third down and in the red zone. If this defense gives them...
And they're on him immediately. Down goes the quarterback.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
On second down, looking to throw. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
And finally, you're seeing some life from the defense. They've been struggling all game long up to this point, but back-to-back sacks on 2 consecutive plays, they're at least still trying to fight back in this game.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. And the Warhawks will bring the punt team onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the punt will go into the end zone, and the ball comes out to the 20 on the touchback. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
Now the play fake. That's caught. It's Harper. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. They'll try to run for it. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And just a great job by the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
The offense in its own end still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on fourth. Makes the catch past the sticks. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Marshall quick to the line.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Complete downfield. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Well, if they're going to get back in this game, they need more plays like that. That was something that was missing in the first half. Explosive plays in the passing game, and they get one here, trailing early in the third quarter. Let's see if these receivers can make more plays like that as this game goes on.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on second and goal from the 6. Motion from the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. Touchdown, Thundering Herd! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
On the move. He'll make his way in for the 2, and now they're down by 16. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
31, Marshall, 15.
The returner's going to try to see what he can get. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. UL Monroe has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting the...
Oh, look out. There he goes. The 40. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. A new set of downs after the completion. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. This time they'll go to the running game. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Unloads quickly. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Running back searching for a hole. Relying on that running game inside the red zone. He picked up 3 to the 11. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. Going to the ground.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Touchdown, UL Monroe! And the beatdown has ensued. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. He wants to start this drive with a pass. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
At this point in the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
And that's your goal, separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Strong running there. Going to pick up 7 yards on the play, but they still have a 4th and 3.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Offense set on 1st down. Leaves it with the running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Ball's at the 27. It's 3rd and short. Can they avoid making that 4th down decision? From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. Got his man. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Warhawks! And the punishment has been extended. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Offense getting set for 1st down. The give to the back. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tight.
Trying play action. Sends it downfield. He's got it up to 20. Touchdown, Hurd! Reeled it in and just made the house call. Getting set for the point after. Smashes it through for the PAT. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a huge play in the passing game, covering 67 yards to the end zone. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving.
The running back carry ball. Takes up to 1. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Give to the single back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And after taking a loss on that last run, a little bit of pressure right now for this offense on their own side of the field. They've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but this is a critical 3rd down that they have to convert. They don't want to give the ball back and put the pressure on their own defense.
They'll go to the counter. Still on his feet at the 45. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
And this offense has done a really good job late in this football game. Man, you put a premium on the 4th quarter and maximizing possessions, and they've put touchdowns on the board. They've done a great job. Nice last play, too. Keep that momentum going and get out of here with the win.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now facing a 3rd and long. On the ground with the counter. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. The Warhawks will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positive.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, You know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And Jesse, he just keeps piling up numbers, over 350 yards for the game.
And I feel like from the get-go, Reese, this guy's just been in a great rhythm all game long. He just seems like he's dialed in, and, man, he's been accurate throwing the rock.
It's complete. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. With the clock running, this should be the final play. On second down, he'll let it fly. Falls incomplete. They fought to the final whistle, but that's going to do it.